All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. I got a pretty good one for you today. I'm going to start with the triple Qs because I think it's going to really put everything into perspective on Tesla, which we're going to cover at the end of this video. But I'm going to start with the triple Qs, then I'm going to run through some stocks that are in the tech sector to kind of bring everything home with Tesla and where I think it is headed. Because there's something that's pretty interesting that happened today as far as the technical analysis. So as of right now, the triple Qs is up on the screen, and one thing I wanted to really point out is this market bias indicator so far has pretty accurately determined the overall trend, and then using these EMA clouds right here as a way to get in and when to get out of a position. So as you can see back over 2020 leading up to 2021, 2022, we had a nice solid green line on this market bias indicator. And then as the market started to turn, there was, the inflation and the Fed news, and then a lot of Ukraine right around this area. We started to see a change in that sentiment, and we've been down all the way for a good amount of while until we hit green again in March, and we have been on a tear since March. So that is the triple Q. So let's just bring up, for example, things like Apple. And once again, you can kind of see this market bias right here, where if you just followed the market bias, you were pretty dead on as far as overall sentiment. Now, you did kind of have this fake out here where we just turned green right at the top, and then it was a fake out, right? And so, you could see something like NVIDIA as well, where we had this long tear. Now we never actually turned red right here, but there was a little bit of a dead cat bounce. And then again, once we turned, that was pretty overextended right here when we did turn green on the market bias. But again, we just rallied and went up hugely, right? So, we can bring up one more just to see an overall theme with this market bias indicator, and Meta is another great example. And let's just get rid of these drawings here for you, just so you can see it a little bit more clearly. And again, this market bias indicator has just been picture perfect so far during this whole bull run, bear run, and now bull run again. So what does this mean for Tesla? Well, let's just bring it up, and you will probably notice something right away. Let's bring up the actual ticker of Tesla. And you will see, again, we had this market indicator pretty much determined. I mean, if you just followed this market indicator, you made a ton of money with Tesla going all the way back. Let's just see where it turned all the way back at $16. And we reached the high of 413 before finally turning red at about, let's see, right down here, 245. So you would have lost a good amount if you followed that all the way down, but you would have had ample opportunity to get out and scale out. Now, we've been in this bear market here since about May of 2022, so a little over a year, and we actually finally started to see something a little different right now. Yeah, we had these little fake outs right here with the EMA clouds before going way all the way down to 107. Now let's zoom in, and we will notice something. We'll actually notice two things. One is that the market bias indicator as of today has turned green, and it is a solid bright green. You can see where there's weak points in the strength. It is dark green. It's almost like a shadow, kind of giving you a warning. Now, we have three Ripster clouds. This is the Ripster cloud. That's an EMA cloud. And we have green right here on the market bias, and we bounced up above this downward trend line. So this is suggesting a change in momentum. It is suggesting that Tesla is now more bullish so far. Now, there's a couple things to just pay attention to if you are a bull and to be cautious about. And for the first thing, it is the TSI is extremely overbought, and the histogram has been on a tear of green for quite a while. And you can see over time, let's move this a little bit. Over time, you see these ups and low, these high points and low points basically in the histogram, which is just a MACD histogram that I took the lines out. Could put it back in, not a problem, but I just wanted to use this with the TSI. And so we are way overextended on the TSI. We're overextended on the histogram. So what we're seeing here is, as far as the oscillators, we're seeing a high point. Now these can run for a while. If you just bring the video up back for a second, you can see that this TSI just ran for a while. We had these little low points in the red, but see how weak it was before just shooting straight up. And it was even going up, you know, right around here when we had red right there, kind of giving a little bit of a divergence before just shooting straight back up. So overall, what is this telling us with Tesla? Well, Tesla, by many people's standards, is a tech stock. It's debatable. Could call it a car company. Doesn't really matter so much. What matters is trader sentiment, right? And a lot of people treat Tesla as a tech stock. And so what we have is this indicator right here, this market bias indicator, has done pretty well, at least as far as tech stocks are concerned. You can look at other tickers to see how accurate it is in other sectors. But it just turned green right here. So that is a huge change in momentum. And it is a reason to start looking for a long position. Now, I just say start looking because we also have the 3 clouds right here, which is what you want for the Ripster cloud. Now, you have to be cautious because of how overextended these 2 oscillators are. And oscillators are a good point of when to get into a trade. So you have what would be, first you determine whether it's a bull or bear, and then the oscillators really do help guide you of when to get in. So for example, if you wanted to just play like this Ripster cloud right here, you can see that we have a blue TSI right here and green on histogram. And right here, if you're just playing this green cloud, that would be an indication to then go long. So really what we kind of would be looking for, since this is way overbought, and really just the tech sector has been overbought for quite some while. We've talked about that a lot on the channel. A bull entry, if you are going with the bull case, this is about overdue for some sort of correction. You can see the S&P 500 is a little bit on a downturn today. And so that's, again, something to pay attention to, and something where Tesla might follow suit. So we can see maybe higher or maybe just straight down, but regardless, let's just say it goes higher a little bit. You're looking now for a downturn and then a bounce off of any one of these clouds, or if it really hangs around for a while and this starts to turn up, it could even bounce off of the market bias indicator, which is a really good entry position if it bounces off of this, because this has really been shown to be a support and a resistance pretty solidly, because you can look here, and let's just go back to this for a second. This acted as a support down here. It acted as a support all through here. So when it's green, it typically acts as a support. And when it's red, it typically acts as a resistance. And so you could also see something, again, if it can come up, it can go sideways, it can go down right away. Regardless, whatever path it decides to take, as it comes down. Now, my guess would be as it comes down, if we're going the bull case, bounces off of this previous, as this trend line right here, and maybe, you know, this comes up in that meantime, and off of that bounce right here is where you would want to go long. Now, of course, there is a bear case, right? And we can draw up the bear case. And the bear case would, again, It could go up, could go sideways, come down, do something like this, and then fall below this line right here. You have this line now turn red, and boom, there is your bear case, because we are, let's just zoom out, go back to that for a second, zoom out. We are now below this trend line, and we acted the same way that we've been acting all since back 2021 already, the end of 2021. So those are two cases for Tesla. It is definitely something to watch. It's very overextended right now. A lot of tech is overextended. Pay attention to your oscillators, pay attention to the TSI, and when a good opportunity comes, go ahead and take it. And I hope that you trade well. So that's all I got for you. If you like this video, hit the like button, easiest way to help out the channel. If you like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see all of my latest content. Until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks.